grand finals, as you pointed out, between Semper Fidelis and Vanguard. And Toldersma, how hyped are you for this?
Totally stoked.
Stoked.
We had some downtime, I had some food, some perfect Belgian fries, which always make me happy. That's one of the advantages of traveling to Benelux events so many times, that you have so much culture you can taste from. But of course, like we said, Vanguard Esports versus Semper Fidelis. And well, we have some fun maps. I actually wrote them down because you were away. And,
Thank you.
The veto. Semper Fidelis took away Overpass, then Vanguard banned Cash, picked Train. And that meant that Semper Fidelis went for the Benelux map, Mirage. So we have Train, Mirage, and as decider we have Cobblestone.
Wow.
So it's quite a nice, well, switcheroo of what we had. We haven't seen Train all day.
We still have Mirage in it, which could have been different. It's a map that we see so often that every time we see it again, I'm like, really? Is that necessary? But still, it's a good map to watch. And if it's the best map that the region, has, then it does make for the most interesting finals. So
yeah, it shows for some interesting tempo swings, Mirage probably, because most tactics you already know, you've already seen before. So you don't have much innovation. So you just have to get it from tempo swings, how to out mind game your enemy, and how to play it with that. But now we first have, of course, Train, which is known for sometimes playing a bit slow. It also depends on the team. If you know that their A defense is weak, you're just going to rush through every time. Also, sometimes you check if you can go through pop or something else. But it's usually just trying to get a pick on A main and then hope that the CT pushes and you get another pick.
Right, so let's see how many picks will be happening here. But first, it does look like the players are still getting ready. So we have some time to kill. And maybe the maps are something that we want to zoom in on a little bit more before the game goes live, because I'm pretty sure we've seen both these teams play Mirage already.
Yes, I think so, yeah.
So how do you see that going? First of all, you called pretty early on that Vanguard was probably going to be the team to beat throughout the event.
Because they're actually a team and Semper Fidelis is more of a mix.
Okay, and but in terms of individual players, how do you feel that matches up?
Well, like, Bonin has sick aim. Smogger and Infernal also know how to step up their game as well. But on the other side, you have Hunter, who has been playing out of his mind the past, half a year. Before that, he was more in the lower tier teams, but he has stepped up greatly. He has practiced. He has played with some better teams and some better players. So he has shown great progress. You have Frey, who has stepped out of retirement a little bit because he quit for a little while. Now he's back. Now he's ready to rumble. And then you also have Xaler, who is, hasn't had too many podium finishes, but he's always there. And you always see him, and you always see him excel. So I think he has a great shot at top fragging this game again. But it's always we have to wait. And meanwhile, Frey has heard me talking about him and Hunter, so he's telling his opponents
put on his headset yet. Is still listening to the banter we are throwing at them, and please do, because we'll always win.
But we're actually heading into the knife right now because the players are ready. The teams are set, and we'll see who start off on the favored CT side or who will want to rush more on the T side. I still remember the day before this map went out of rotation, before it went reworked. I won a 16-1 just because I started on CT. And then I was like, oh, this is so CT favored, and it was deleted.
Yeah, but it was really that bad with the previous version. Now it's still heavily CT favored, but luckily, there's a bit more of a dynamic. There's a bit more that T's can do.
You have more angles from where you can throw nades. There's more open skybox. There's more trains to play around.
Towards anyway, opening all the skyboxes to open for to create opportunity for way more elaborate strategies. Being able to throw smokes from one part of the map to the other. But it looks like the knife round is over and the sides have been chosen. Vanguard is starting on the CT side once again. Semper Fidelis on T, and it looks like the pistol is going to be underway. We have 4 sets of armor and 1 kit and a smoke on Smogger. That is the biggest top fragger from the day, I think, from the entire Belgian National Championships. Possible for him to become the MVP, at least mine.
Nigel here with the peak has just missed 2 players going past. Does one tap Hunter, but does he know there's 2 players on side? Well, now he does, and he dies. Then already the reinforcements are coming in. Ixley not really hitting his shots. Masty getting the second one of the round. Frey also now pushing, falling back, but also dying. Bomb has been planted, but Masty, another one, a third one for him. It's a 2v2. Smogger on 4 HP. Bonin is full health. but not any longer as he gets one tap. Smogger in a 1v1 situation. Musty not able to get the ace. Smogger has smoke, has a kit, but also just 4 HP. So if Xaler decides to shoot through the smoke and actually hit him, luckily though, because it was close and he only had 5 seconds to defuse.
But that looked like he might have actually had the defuse, and then all of a sudden that tap, to be honest, I thought it was a headshot as well. I don't think it matters that much, but still, it would have been nicer if that was a headshot, one tap. But still, good first round from Semper Fidelis. That's the pistol in their pocket, and especially on the T side, that gives you a good advantage going into the rest of the half, obviously, because like we were discussing before, this is a heavily favored CT map, and being able to pick up, a possible 2 or at least 3 rounds early on, that gives you so much margin for error throughout the rest of the first half. So Nigel here with his CZ pushed up close with the smoke here in box halls, but falling back just as people start to come close by, he shoots. Otherwise he might have gone unspotted, but I don't suppose it matters that much. We've got Alex J, a bit of a bait peek out of Pop Dog, gets the frag onto X Lee, and that is the opening of this round. Now, of course, with pistols you can't expect to get all that much done when you're up against a full set of SMGs, but to get a kill or 2 would still be heavily favored, and that CZ can't really connect. Nigel goes down to Musty, and we've got 5 terrorists left with all the patience in the world. They've got that site, they've got that bomb down. All of a sudden, the tables turn and the CTs also turn around, it seems. They're not very interested in going for this. They'd rather hang on to their armor for next round.
Yeah, on the CT side, on train, you do have a lot of close range angles which you can hold, and that's why they try to push a little bit, so they actually get into those positions. It's risky, but if it pays off, it's really, really great, especially with the CC. It's an automatic pistol, so it helps a lot, so you can just spray and pray and hope it works out. And usually it does. But now we just see them holding on to the armor, seeing if they can actually do damage next round, because you can run in, you can die, and then you don't get anything, or you can just try to possibly win or do a lot of financial damage on the next round. And that will be their plan. 2-0 for Semper Fidelis, who didn't buy any rifles last round and won't buy any this round, I assume, as they did not lose any players.
Right, so that is 2-0 now. Semper Fidelis obviously not giving away any of these free rounds, these anti-ecos, but they're going to have to continue their streak here if they really want that margin for error to build up, because 2 rounds on T still isn't that much, of course. We've got 3 players with armor still on Vanguard, so they could become a nuisance, especially if your MAC-10 doesn't really connect any of those shots, but that Molotov might help. Forcing him out of that angle, didn't really, but forced him away anyway, and then a perfect opportunity by X Lee, sort of not really capitalized on. Frey finds another frag with his UMP onto one Infernal. Bolin managed to secure a UMP, and now with 2 players with armor, one with the Deagle and one with the UMP, they have a chance to do some good damage. Smogger gets that 1 dig on Masty. That's 2v3 now, and does get taken down by Alex J there. So we've only got Bolin. There's no point in saving this. He's going to have money next round anyway, so going for this will definitely be worth it. He's not able to pick up that first frag out of Alex J, and that ends the round. Semper Fidelis up 3-0, and we're about to get into the first buy round.
And there we see 5 times M4 no AWP, because they did not have the budget. Well, they did have it, but then you would have a glass cannon, and it doesn't really work. So Xaler is the only one that has an AWP. Will he be able to get the entry frag, or will he let one of his teammates run in with an SMG first? And we have a MAC-10 and MP7 still, plus UMP, so not really decked out. Xaler misses the opportunity there on XD, then goes for the repeat, dies. And that's the AWP down, and nobody close to retrieve it. And that means that Vanguard, with their first buy round, has made a good start, but can they maintain this number advantage and actually get more kills? You see that Bodin again pushing towards the A main area, misses an opportunity on Musty, but has shown a lot of pressure, which forces him back as he has no backup. And meanwhile we see Hunter close in the smoke, just chilling around. And will he be able to get a kill here?
Well, let's hope that they're able to get 2 or 3 kills out of this round, because I don't think a round win is all that realistic for Semper Fidelis anymore. They have 3 SMGs, they only got that AWP really to work with, so if Musty can get some heavy stuff done, that would be useful, but he loses 2 teammates before he's able to pick up those frags. Does actually get his 3rd of the round there, and I almost blew up the speakers with my excitement, I think. And We got Nigel
much energy.
by himself, still alive. He's got that M4. He might be able to see the feet of the planter, and he's able to connect those shots. That's not a bomb plant there, and that's a 1v1. Hunter will now have to put away his gun in order to be able to put down that bomb, and ooh, decides to fake it, go for the peek. Almost cost him his head, but they're both still alive. They both still have plenty of HP. Now it's going to be a matter of who sees who first. And oh, while jumping, Hunter doesn't get taken down by Nigel, manages to land and still connect that spray. That is a quite impressive / fortunate turn of events.
I think Hunter was slightly lucky there because the jumping inaccuracy.
I didn't want to use that word, but yes.
Hey, I dare to. I know him. Oh, what was that? I don't know. But
not me this time.
Technology is working wonders. But well, we see now a pistol armor for some of the players of Vanguard who don't have a lot of money to spare. But it's something to work with. They will go for the close range. Masti and Frey both getting a kill. And that means the B side is already open. You still have Freyhols by his lonesome is on the A main area, trying to get another kill, trying to get more stats, but dies, and that gives an AK to the players of Vanguard. And that is a risk, which they didn't really want to take. Alex J going in with the CC, very risky, 2 HP left, but does get the kill. And the 5th round is now safe and taken for Semper Fidelis. And one thing we should remind you about is that this is the map pick of Vanguard. So you probably can expect some nice T-side strats, but you would also expect them to do better on the CT side.
Yeah, because I was just wondering about this, especially because
I don't hear you in the thing, so probably your batteries are down. So I'll do a slight solo cast for a little bit. Masti getting sprayed, almost down, does get to retrieve the AK, and that means that he has taken out the last player, meaning that Vanguard don't save any rifles from this round. And now we have a full buy on both sides. AWP, double AWP for Bolin and Exley, seeing if they can make it work. Exley has no utility. There are only 2 kits, and that's risky because you often get a plant on this map. And now we see Bolin already getting 1 kill. Smugger falling back a little bit, but should be careful because from the Pop Dog, there's actually a player as well. XJ does get the refrag onto Infernal. It's a bit late, but it's always welcome. But you also see that Ixley has a very powerful position here at B long or upper, however you call it, and might actually face Alex J there very soon. And Alex J there with a headshot, taking him down. And it's suddenly the man advantage for Semper. They have low HP on almost all players except for Hunter. He will be the planter and he will take that bomb on the ground. 3v3 after Bonin gets a lurker Frey. Again, he's all by his lonesome, but Hunter gets a kill on Smogger while Alex kills Nigel. That means Bonin says, screw it. 16 HP, have an op, good utility, let's get away from here. And it also seems like Vanguard will call for a pause, which probably means it's a tactical. Because they're 6-0 behind, it doesn't really work out as they wanted to. So they're gonna take their time, just gonna talk to each other probably, gonna see what's wrong, what's happening, what can they do to improve. And we'll see if that has any result. Now Semper has taken 2 ops, which on the T side might work against a slow team like Vanguard. But it's usually a bit risky because if you get rushed, especially because the economy of Vanguard is low, the chances are you're just gonna screw it over. And Boden is just reconnecting, so don't worry, we'll get back into this map very shortly. And well, Xaler, the only guy from Semper who had to rebuy, so they have a lot of money to work with. And they will try to maintain that through the rest of this half. 6-0, and they have to retry what's happening because it's not really working out for them, but don't worry, we'll be right back. We can say that the top fragger of the server right now is Masti. He is 11-3, and it might be the switch of Vanguard that is currently producing some errors for them, so it might take a little bit longer than they expected, but don't worry, we'll be getting back into this server, or at least this map, soon enough. And currently I can hear Rebel again, so he'll be with me shortly to guide you through this beautiful map, this beautiful best of 3, which hopefully goes to all 3 maps. Meanwhile, the players are ready. And you will now probably be unmuted for the venue. So
Everybody is able to hear me again. I'm sorry, everyone. I had to walk away for a second. I didn't